Today on the channel, this house got ghosts again with Super 7 Ultimate Edition Ghost, Papa 5.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Super 7 Ultimate unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we're back to Ghost with Papa version 5. But for all your Papa 5 needs and a whole lot more, hit up the Super 7 website, use code KyleP to save 0%, but to support the channel. And that's exactly what I did. I went over there and bought this one. They had it in stock first, like probably the way it should be. So I said, I'm not waiting. I'm getting this guy here. So I got Ghost version 5 of Papa here today. And you guys know by now, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And what can you say about Ghosts? They've been around a heck of a long time. It's crazy to think they've been around over a decade at this point, like almost 2 decades at this point. Very crazy to think that. As I came into Ghost, yes, you heard it right, Todd. I came into Ghost once upon a time, a long time ago, before anybody really knew who they were. They were coming out of Europe. They only had one song out, and nobody knew the band. Nobody knew who was singing it, but they were taking the world by storm. Very small scale, but it was Here Comes the Sun, the cover of the Beatles, George Harrison, and that was the only song we knew. But it was such a cool thing, a mystery around them, excitement, evil nature. Are they really demonic? Something that's really missing in this day and age. And as we've seen over the years, Ghost has informed into a arena act. They've evolved right into that. So huge band, but it's always fun when you were there from the immediate infancy of a band and you see their growth cycle. And to say they've lost a little thing along the way, I think so. I think with the mystery getting removed, that was pretty disappointing, but I understood the whole reason. That's a whole story. Read that with the other members and stuff. But it would be nice to get back to what they once were. That's not going to happen because you got to follow the money at the end of the day. And I've seen Ghost probably like 12 times in concert at least. I saw one of their first ever shows they played in the United States with Opeth and Mastodon way back when. So the more you know, people, the more you know. We've unboxed every single one of these Ultimates on the channel so far. And we're going to continue the tradition here with Papa version 5, with Ghost taking a little bit of a little break from the album cycle, tour cycle. It'll be interesting to see if Super 7 maybe makes some of the other members of the band. I think that'd be really cool because they all look basically the same, all the same mass and stuff. Just put all the different keyboards, guitars, bass, all that kind of stuff in there, and we could build our own band, basically a Ghost army builder. That would be pretty fun. Not sure if that's going to happen, but I'd be here for it. But let's dive into it. Let's see what's going on with old Papa. No slipcase cover on this one, anything like that. This is their latest version here, Papa 5. Very kind of chromed out, purple and silver attack on this one. Very striking, very different though from all the other Papas. Personally, Papa 1 will always have my heart and never let go. But I've enjoyed a lot of the Ghost stuff over the years ever since, like a lot of us have as well. But very good looking one here. It'll be interesting to see how hard this is because some of the prior ones, and you can take that to the bank for almost any heavy metal action figure toy, they usually always go up in value because they have such a dedicated fan base that will take the extra step and buy figures, buy merchandise and stuff. So when these go out of print and you can't find them anymore, the price just goes up. So be looking at that if you're an investor out there is what I will say. But quite the shiny package on this one, looking very good. Big window box there, Super 7 Ultimate. It's Papa Perpetua down there. Always forget that part of this Papa 5. Looking good, nothing on the sides. Then on the back, got a little scene. Look how glossy that is. Crazy glossy. Very hard to read too, just because of the gloss and hitting off the lights. But I'm going to try. After multiple chart-topping albums and selling out world concert tours, Papa Emeritus 4's reign culminated in Ghost's first ever motion picture, Right Here, Right Now. The event that transpired in the film revealed truths that shattered the clergy as we know it, seeing the death of Sister Imperator and the accession of Papa Emeritus 4 to a new leadership role as Frater Imperator. With this reorganization inside the clergy, Ghost was left without a frontman until the arrival of Vi, or Fee, or Five, whatever you want to say. Looking interesting. Gosh, I saw that movie. I think I did. I might not have seen that Ghost movie. I feel like I did. I saw a ton of clips. I remember when it was coming out, but did I actually see the thing? Man, my dementia is really setting in, folks. It's really setting in. Pretty cool packaging. See you later. Goodbye. But I need to watch it again. Is that streaming anywhere? Anybody know of? Is it streaming anywhere? I don't think it is, but we'll see. We'll see. But here it is in the plastic prison. I'm going to take this offline, get all this out of the package, and we'll be back talking all things Papa 5. All right, we got Papa out of the package. Let's dive into the accessories first. Let's start with the microphone and stand. We've seen this before. Got to get the most out of your molds. You know how that goes. But it does come apart right here if you want to carry around that part of the stand if you need to. Like a Bobby Blitz of Overkill is what that reminds me of. Or if you want just the microphone, you can take the microphone out. So you got some options of how you want your mic to be displayed. Always nice to have options for old Papa here. So we got that microphone going on. Got the extra hands. We got the 2 splayed out hands out of the package. But then we're getting into the Fists of Fury, I guess gripping hands technically. No fist from the stage with old Tobias, but we do get the gripping hands right here. Silver and black attack representing the Raiders. Yeah, sure, why not? We do got the 2 hands here, the smell my finger hands or the what you gonna do hands, some of that kind of thing, the salute hands, whatever you want them to be here. We do got those going on. Very robotic-like, too, on this version of Papa. And then we got the full-on splayed-out hands, kind of the maniacal hands going on there. So you got plenty of hand options, except for a fist. You don't got that. But we're diving into Papa himself now. We're going to start with the head sculpt here. Got the huge Pope hat going on with the upside-down cross. And I don't know about you, Todd, before. The first time I saw an upside-down cross, Diary of a Madman Ozzy Osbourne album when I was a kid, I said, what's up with these crosses upside down? And then somebody that I went to school with a bunch of Catholic kids, and they were like, oh, that means that, he worships the devil and stuff. I'm like, oh, wow, I better listen to this album again. Maybe I'll listen to it backwards, too, while I'm at it. But that was the first time I saw the upside-down crosses, and now Papa rocking it all over the place here. The purple and silver attack, really stunning on that hat. Hat is not removable, as we know. But you get down to the face, you got those eyes beaten back in there, looking extra creepy. All blackface here, which is always dangerous, but he did paint some silver around the mouth, silver on the ears, and then he's got one of those silver masks. Almost looks like one of those like Mardi Gras masks you'd wear with like a little stick and you put it over your face, and kind of looks like that over there. But very stoic, almost kissable lips. Yes, I said it, Todd, kissable lips on this one. Looking interesting. Now the second head here, a little bit more personality. Got the open mouth, got the teeth going on. Probably going to use this one. It feels like he's in mid-song or talking or something. A little more personality with this one. Both very creepy. Got the train on the back here. Almost looks like a scarf hanging off the back, but looking pretty good. We do got the shawl over the top in a hard plastic here. It's once again the silver, black, and purple attack. Looking pretty good. Crosses all over the place. Looking very regal. Looking very Pope-esque is what we'll say. Then you got the train coming down in the front, all in hard plastic with the upside-down crosses. Silver and purple attack. Soft robe on him, looking darn good here. Once again, you get the nice fabric on this, looking very, very nice. Looking good, but it looks like this Papa, you're not going to be able to remove the outfit on this one here because it's just not going to be able to. Not going to be able to. So what you see is what you get with this one, where some of the other ones are more of a 2-in-1, which I do regret not buying multiples of some of those, and you're going to see when I cart them all out here. We cart out the Papa Parade here in a second. Articulation, head removable, back force, side to side. Now you do get arms that move, but man, this is almost a statue because of this big plastic shawl over the top. You don't get much movement at all out of the arms. You get really nothing. You can't even bring it up. You're just kind of stuck where it is. So that's pretty disappointing. I think I would have liked that to be soft goods so we could at least get a range of motion out of the arm. So at this point, basically, you get nothing except removing the hands is all you're going to be able to do. Should have waist. So we got waist articulation. You got the legs in there. Single jointed, back and forth, side to side. Ankles, back, forth, side to side. Legs, you can do a little bit of split action. But you're pretty much limited right here to anything you want to do is pretty limited. And I just pulled this little train out of. He's got a little hole he sticks that into. So I don't know. This one feels a little rough to me. And of course, yeah, I pulled that right out of its socket here. So maybe I'll show it in the glamour shot, but I'll have to try to work on putting that back into the robe. But really, a statue is what this is. You're not going to be able to move it around just by me trying to do the splits on here. Made him pop a little bead. Pop a bead out of there. I don't know what else you call it, but I don't know. I guess a little disappointing here for me, especially at $65 a figure now, Todd McFarlane. That's a hefty, hefty price. He does fit on a ringside Mattel stand. Cool for what it is, and obviously I'm not playing Ghost around the house. I'm not performing a band. He's not joining Cold Slither in a band performance, I don't think. But I wish I had a little bit more movement out of this guy to make him feel like an action figure. Maybe that's just me, but that's Papa 5. I've had better, and I honestly prefer the other Papas more than Papa 5 too. I don't know if it's just too recent to really grab hold of my heart, but it is what it is. But we do got a couple of the other Papas, and I go back and forth all the time. I dressed these ones without the whole regalia. I went to the Song and Dance Man Papa on these ones, but then some of the other ones, I went full-on Papa. So choose your own Papa adventure, as I'll say once again here. Looking pretty darn good, though, all things considered. There we go. Papa 1, still going to be my favorite Papa, though. If I had to take names and put them in order, that's going to be my favorite one, just because it was such a magical time as a heavy metal fan and everything that was going on around that time. At least for me personally. Your mileage may vary. You guys know how we go from there. That's it. I thought I had one more Papa there, but I do got that Super 7 Deluxe one. I have not opened that up yet. It is this one here. I'm going to display that a little bit differently, so stay tuned to that in the future is what we'll say. How about that? So there it is. The latest and greatest Papa from Super 7 in the Ultimate Edition line. A little bit less, a little bit to be left to be desired on this one is what I'm going to say. I just wish there was a little bit more articulation possibilities with it. So there you go. But what's your thoughts on this one? Pick up, pass, long game, no game? Did you even know this one was coming out? It really flew under the radar from the get-go, I did feel. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. You made it this far, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon, YouTube channel memberships. Your best way to support the channel. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on, of course, Instagram, TikTok, and all the fun stuff around that. And don't forget the podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com. It is also the name of the podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show. Every Tuesday, wherever podcasts are found, video cast on YouTube. So for Papa 5, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?